Hi there, Daphne here again. Thank you for sending in your next work and well done. This is a lot better, this pie chart. This really looks good. Um, I think, well, I imagine you've looked at the podcast I sent you, or even if you've read the script, hopefully just to guide you a little bit on what to do here. So the key things that we talked about yesterday, I think, were grouping the information together. So logically making connections. When you look at it, I always say to students, take a pencil and mark what goes together. And you've got that. You've got your history and PE together. Well done. You've got maths and physics together. And then you've made that connection between all four of those at the end. Yeah, 80% of people like those. Exactly. So that's great. You've then grouped the small ones together. So these two are relatively similar, and this is absolutely the weakest. This one is half of that one. So just visually, I think if you think of it like rather than thinking about it like maths, which for me is a bit scary, if you think of it as visual, I think that does make it simpler. So the pie chart illustrates the preference of six different subjects. Percentage-wise, good. In Germany in the year. Yep. Subjects represented. Good. Overall, it can be seen from the pie chart that. Okay. I think this is okay to have this once, but I don't think we need to have it here and here again. Okay. These are these sort of introductory sentences almost. Just have them once. Yeah. The history and PE, now, very important here, were. Always check when you're looking at it to start with, always check the tenses or the time scale, sorry, because this is 2017, so it's past tense. Were the most preferred subjects, as both were almost the same with a minute difference of 0.5%. Okay, good. That's very nice. In comparison, IT was the least popular among all 7 subjects, amounting to, okay, well done. Amounting to 0.3, 3.7 only. Perfect. That's actually excellent. Okay, so I would just cut that and I would go strong, firm. Geography and biology were chosen by only, maybe, because it's quite small, 6.4 and 7.1% of students respectively, whereas maths and physics were uh, chosen. So opted for by is very nice, but you need that preposition for. Of students respectively. So rather than just repeating the numbers here, which is okay, fine, but rather than doing that, you could say almost 20%, or better, almost a fifth of those of students, a fifth. So then you couldn't have respectively, but you've already had respectively once, so don't use it twice. You've had it there. So but almost a fifth of students each. So that's mixing up a little bit, adding a bit of variety there. I know some people say you shouldn't mix fractions and percentages in the same sentence, but I don't think that matters too much. I think the important thing is to add variety here in your language, or if you want to keep going with the fractions, you could have less than 10% each. Yeah, because they've got the numbers in front of them, so all you're doing is just giving an overview. Yeah, so you could mix it up like that. In contrast, so this is different. In contrast, P in history covered the major part of the chart. Now, I wouldn't talk back to the chart. I would say German students, let's mix up the subject, voted for P in history as their top subject. So instead of that, contributing to, P is the most popular subject. Beating history by mere 0.5. You don't necessarily need that, but you could have it because we've put nice language in there. I would put in total rather than that. I would say the total representation Oops. 4. History. Okay. Well, no, sorry. Let's go back to what you had. Go back to history, maths, and were preferred by more than 80% of students collectively. Yeah, really, really nice. But don't repeat collectively. Yeah, but get in here while in contrast, or while which, no, how, while, yeah, I want to have so were preferred while 1/5 of students showed, so past tense there definitely showed, no, okay. What I was seeing if we could do is put in the word whereas, but I don't know if we can because you've done this really nicely. Whereas, in contrast, compared to, and while, and which you've got, which was, da, da, da. So all these kind of connecting words, well, which you can use, but you've done really nicely there. That is a million times better than the last one. It's practice, okay? The more you can practice, even if you don't send them to me, practice them and look at the ones on the website. I think I showed you the samples, so have a look at some of those. That can guide you quite a lot here, okay? So people are becoming dependent. So this is the most important word in this essay, dependent. You absolutely need to show the examiner you've understood this. Otherwise, it's not possible to get your 7 because it looks like you haven't answered the question properly. So the drastic change witnessed by the whole world about becoming increasingly dependent on the digital means of communication is a matter of concern. Good. By the whole world, I just put globally in there just because there's a lot of words in this first sentence. The whole world, and I put that in commas, globally, about becoming increasingly dependent on digital means of communication. Yes, good. Although the use of mobile phones and data has reduced face-to-face interactions and is often the prime cause of a sedentary lifestyle, still, I believe the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages. Okay, fantastic. Watch out here. Do you remember, I'm not sure if we said this before, but careful of this kind of sentence, advantages, yeah? That could be used in any essay, and for that reason I would be cautious about it. Every word must be personal for this essay for you. I believe the advantages, so I would say instead of using advantages, why don't you have the ease of using these means far outweigh any possible health problems. Okay, so all I'm doing here is just making sure this isn't a lazy sentence, so that, like, every word is relevant for this essay. Okay, that is lovely. Good, nice, strong start. Well done. Okay, on the one hand, how long is this? Okay, cool. Just check on your timing if you're okay on 40 minutes, yeah? On the one hand, using these modern means of connecting, these modern means to connect with, all right, of connecting with, okay, has numerous benefits. Primarily, the speed, ease, comfort, and economic advantages of. You don't need to have that. Just of. Just digital communication. Yeah. Have revolutionized our thinking and the way we connect with others. This is because mobile phones and computers enable us to stay in touch with the whole world at the push of a button. Absolutely lovely. We say actually the click of a button. Perfect. Moreover, trade in general, you don't need that, between distant countries and businessmen has become possible due to the advent of this virtual world. Okay, has been possible. Yes, good. For instance, it's possible to. I don't want to repeat trade. It's possible to. Why don't we just have connect with? or connect to rather, distant countries and people due to the availability of virtual meetings. I don't think you need that. You definitely don't need etc. Skype, Zoom, or Skype. Just full stop there. It's fine. Availability of virtual meetings, good. I'll keep going on this one. Saving money, fuel, and benefiting the planet, maybe. Okay, or benefiting the environment, maybe. You don't need that. Definitely no, etc. in an Ielts essay. Oh, what are you doing? Definitely don't have that. Just make this a bit longer. Saving. Thus, it's inclusive usage as positive influence. Economic activities. Good. Yeah, I'd go economic and social because you're talking about people talking to each other. So I'd go both. Really, really nice there. On the other hand, why don't you go such reliance? So instead of repeating again, good coherence in an essay can be cutting words. So I would cut that. It's too repetitive. I know what you mean. Such reliance has adversely affected our way of living. May have. I would definitely go may have as a suggestion rather than a big statement there. This is because of lesser or fewer personal interactions and inactive lifestyles. Okay. And I would connect that together. So the Ielts kind of style is like the longer, more complex sentences, our way of living because of fewer personal interactions and potentially inactive lifestyles. So use these extra adverbs to help you here. The use of the internet is so addictive. Okay, many critics argue that. Make sure this is not you making this big statement, okay? So distance yourself, take a step back. It's very important, this idea of distancing from your essay. Step away. Critics argue that the use of the internet is so addictive in nature that youngsters spend many hours wasting time on surfing various sites, resulting in, okay, rather than lesser, and I've already put fewer in there. We don't want to repeat regarding in or do it another way, leading to laziness, isolation, and depression. Okay, that covers what you want to say, but just in a slightly different way. This trend, so rather than this often, this trend often becomes a root cause of various diseases like obesity. Yeah, excellent. Very nice example. Very clear your writing. Your arguments follow extremely logically, one to the other, which is a great skill. It is not at all as easy as it sounds. For example, latest research suggests that 70% of obesity and 80% of diabetes problems could be due to, I would definitely go, could be, I think it's a nicer style, could be, and then not that, due to the lack of physical activities owing to excessive use of gadgets. Very good. Really nice writing there. Therefore, can be seen that overdependence has harmful health implications. Very nice. You've absolutely understood this. Good work. To conclude, I firmly believe the advantages of using digital forms are, little bit cautious about this again, same reason as before. See if you can just go back to your arguments. I'm just going to put you in green here, just like, be aware of this. Be careful about this. It's a little bit empty. If they're used prudently and keeping health hazards in mind, it's predicted that new innovations to facilitate advanced means of communication will verb here most likely. Okay, continue to grow in popularity. Absolutely right. Totally agree. Very good essay. Well done. Really happy with that. Good work on that task one as well. That is much, much better.